Welcome back to Satisfactory Update 8. We're almost at the end of this playthrough. We're going to end with obviously finishing phase 4 of the space elevator, and I think it's gonna be just in time for version 1, because there's definitely chatter that version 1 could be coming very soon, like August. At the same time, I do want to also mention, if you missed it, that the price of the game is going to increase very soon, probably before version 1 drops. So if you haven't bought Satisfactory and if you were waiting for version 1 to buy Satisfactory, you should probably definitely do it now. But yeah, in the last episode, episode 28, we were making the first of the phase 4 elevator parts, the assembly director system. And we already have quite a bit of reserve there, so that's great. It was taking quite a bit of space, quite a bit of resources and buildings, right? It was all of these, all the way over here, right? All of this. Now in this episode, I want to make the next two, the magnetic field generator and the thermal propulsion rocket. And actually, to make both of these, we're only going to need this and that. Why? Well, because it's actually using many things we have started to make already in our megabus, right? Remember, this is our megabus making a lot of things in our mega factory. If you missed it, don't hesitate to check in the video description below. Obviously, I'm not going to re-explain all of this, but there is one thing though that is missing. It is the batteries. And instead of making the batteries over there, it is actually quite hard to make it over here. We are making it there. This is actually, similar to the Alclad and the aluminum casing, and over here the tanks. This is using a lot of the aluminum, right? And so we are going to make it there. It is using the sulfuric acid, alumina solution, and aluminum casing. So again, that's why I'm making it over here, because the alumina solution requires, the bauxite. So let's go back to the bottom and I'll show you, how to make all of this. So we start over here, right? We're going to bring in this pipe, the sulfuric acid. And then the second thing is we need to bring some water, right? And then we need to bring also some bauxite. So we have the bauxite and water over here, and then the sulfuric acid there. I'll show you in a second where this sulfuric acid is coming from. And then we're gonna bring all of this basically into this refinery. We have the bauxite and the water, the two things I just showed you, to create some alumina solution and a bit of silica. So the silica is actually going to go directly into this one. I know we could, use it somewhere else, but I don't really need to. And then we have the alumina solution that's gonna go into this storage, right? And then go up. It is actually, making 120. And so we're going to separate, right? It comes this side and then we separate on both sides. It goes here and it goes there. And then similarly for, the sulfuric acid, we have one going this side, one going that side. So we split it here, right? These are the two inputs that you can see there, right? Input and input. This is the sulfuric acid alumina solution. Again, we're making 120. We only need 40 for each. So I could have actually even put a third one. But with this, we're already making 40 batteries and I'm really not using that much there. The last thing we do need is the aluminum casing. So this is what's coming over here, right? We have there, we can see it's coming. Basically, we're making it into this factory there, right? So I'm just bringing it directly. We're using those, what is they called? I forgot, sorry. Conveyor ceiling mount, right? That's what we're using over here. But yeah, you'll see it coming from this first factory. I can go inside. Down here, you'll see it here. That's coming there and going directly into this. Good. So yeah, we have all of these three resources to make the batteries. There is one complication though you need to keep in mind, is that those blenders over here, they take those three things to make the batteries, all right? But they also create water. So we have this water coming out over here that we need to do something with. We're actually sending it back down here, right? This is this one there, because this is one of the inputs for the alumina solution, right? We need some water. So we have some water coming from down and we have some water coming here. We have the valve to make sure that, it can't go back up. So everything comes down and is used. So yeah, that's a very simple way, to make obviously some batteries. The batteries will go up there, and it is similar to the other things we're doing there, right? The tanks, the alclad and the casing, they're going to go all the way over here, all the way there, go down and go onto our bus. I'll show it to you in a second, but first I wanted to show you the sulfuric acid. It's actually coming on this pipe here. This is this pipe there going into the factory. This pipe is coming all around there next to where we also have the water, right? And it is this new mini factory here. With there, we're making all of this sulfuric acid. It's not that hard, to be honest. You just need the right resources and some refineries. It is sulfur and water. So, the water is coming just from down here, right? We have those water extractors. They are sending the water here. We have the fluid buffer, right? And we have the water at level 0 all the way here. And then we have the sulfur that's at level 3 with elevators going down. Right. This sulfur is coming from over here. We have a mine, it's a miner Mark 3, a bit overclocked to the maximum 780. Right, so that's why I made it over here, right? Because the mine is here, and then yeah, we're on this other side making the sulfuric acid goes into this buffer, goes up. Right, we have a pump, and it's sent all the way there. So yeah, that's how we're making batteries. As I said, it's gonna come into our bus here. It's probably this one, yeah, this one over here, right? That's the battery, and it's gonna get dropped into the first here. We're trying to make those magnetic field generator. So doing batteries, electromagnetic control rod, and versatile framework. We're gonna make 1 per minute. It's not huge because we need 4,000, but yeah, this is already, 5 batteries, 1 rod, and most importantly, 2.5 versatile framework. We could definitely make more, right? We have the space, but I wanted to show you a bit the minimum, right? So this is what's happening over here. As I was saying, you have a bit of batteries coming down, going there, and then we have the 2 resources we're gonna make directly here. First of all, versatile framework, right? That's coming over here. We just need 1, right? 2.5, that's just 1. It is taking modular frame and steel beams. So that's what's coming, obviously, as you can see next to it, right? We have the beams there. And then here, this is where we're making the modular frames. 1.25, right? This is what we need, 1.25. So I underclocked it to 62.5%. It's taking reinforced iron plate and iron rod. So we have the rods that are coming from here and the iron plates coming from there. With a bit reinforced iron plate, with some iron plates and some screws. We have the iron plates there and the screws coming just from next door, right here. Super underclocked with the special recipes for steel beams, but otherwise you can use the other ones, right? The normal one that's using rods, so you'll just have more of these ones here. We have the iron ingots coming here in the middle, and on the other side, this one is obviously steel ingots, right, to make the steel beams that are necessary for this one, and also the steel beams necessary on this side. So yeah, we have, quite a bit of versatile framework here that's working well. And then on the other side, you can see everything is green, right? No problem. On the other side, this is where we're making the electromagnetic control rod. This is 1 per minute with the underclock at 25. So again, this is working perfectly, 100%. So this is taking stators and AI limiters. We have the AI limiters next door with quick wires and copper sheet. So the quick wires, will come all the way from the bus. This is the mini bus there, so I didn't show you. We're taking the quick wire. We're also taking some steel ingots, some iron ingots, and then some copper ingots, right? That's what you can see there. So it's going, right? And you can see the quick wires are going this side, the copper this side into this constructor to make copper sheet. So all of this, that's simple. And then the other one, the stators, it's steel pipes and wires, right? So we have the steel pipes there and the wires there. It's really not a lot. Again, to make 1 per minute, we could make more if we wanted, but that already does require quite a bit of different resources. So yeah, that's one manufacturer at 100%. It's one magnetic field generator per minute. So we don't have a lot of reserves, I'm guessing, but you know, it started slowly but surely. And then next to it, we're going to have the second one, which is the thermal propulsion rocket. And this one, we only need 1000 instead of the 4000. So for sure, I only made 1 per minute right now, especially because this one, you know, does require a lot more. I mean, you need 2.5 modular engine. And this is basically, this whole thing is to make that. Then you need 1 turbo motor, 3 cooling system, and 1 fuse modular frame. And if you remember my previous episode, those things are not easy to make. I mean, basically, this whole thing there is to make all of this. Right? So again, 1000 of this is definitely a lot harder in my opinion than all of this, except potentially for, you know, the batteries. Batteries are slightly harder to make. But yeah, we have, you know, obviously, as I said, those 3 resources, the cooling system, the turbo motors, and the modular frames coming directly from the bus. Right? We're making them on the bus already. Can re-show you at the end over here. Right? It's all of those production there. But again, I've also dedicated episode for each of those resources, so you should just watch these ones. And then the only missing thing is this one belt here to bring those modular engine. Right? We need 2.5 per minute, so that's actually already 3 of these manufacturers, because you can only make 1 in each, and that requires motors, rubber, and smart plating, and not small numbers, right? It's 2 motors, 2 smart plating for 1 modular engine. So yeah, we have those 2.5 here, and they take the resources from this side there. Right? We have the rubber is the easy one, because it just, you know, comes from the belt. And then we're going to bring a couple of other things, right, to make everything needed over here. This is going to make, as we said, the motor and the smart plating. So that's what's coming over here, right? You can see the motor, some smart plating we started to make. So we follow, the motor is actually here, right? We're making 5. That's actually pretty perfect, right? Because again, remember, this is 2, 2, and 1. So that's exactly 5. It takes rotors and stators. So that's what's happening then just next to it, right? We're gonna make the stators, and then the rotors are coming a bit further apart. So here we have 2 of these assemblers for the stators, taking steel pipes and wires. And this is where it starts to get complex. You know, I made a bit of a labyrinth here. You can see the wires coming here and the steel pipes. They come all the way from there, right? We have the steel pipes here, 2 of them, and we have 3 over here for the wires. So of course, I could have taken a lot more space and made it, you know, pretty easy to follow. But the reality is, 1, I was trying to just fit it exactly into this small space here, because then we are getting into the main base. And 2, I felt there's a good challenge, you know, to try to fit it all with, there is no cheating, you know, there's no like belt clipping on each other, but it's definitely, you know, a pretty interesting and small space. So yeah, this is where, you know, we're making the stators. Then next to it, we're gonna make the rotors. We're only making 4 each, so we definitely need a few more. They require the iron rod and the screws. Right? So that's what we're making on the other side here. We have those 2 belts. You can see the screws at the bottom and then the iron rods at the top. This is actually the production that seems to be stalling a bit because I'm missing iron ingots. But here we have over here all of the iron rods, right, that are made there. And then we have the screws that are made on this side. Now, the good thing is we don't need many with this alternate recipe. It just uses a bit of steel beams, which is what we're making on this one there, right? because remember we are doing the steel pipes just next door. So that's, you know, the same belt is coming all the way around. And you can also see now my autosave is getting pretty long in the mega factory. There's a lot of things happening over here. Okay, it is time, you know, to end this series. But yeah, we have, you know, as I said, the resources over here. So basically the copper ingots, the steel ingot, and the iron ingots coming all the way over here. The steel continues there. The copper finishes here to make all of these wires, right? And then this one is for all of the iron ingots, right? And last but not least, we need some reinforced iron plates to go here with a few more rotors to make the smart plating. We have 3 of these, right? So that's the smart plating that's at the bottom to go into all of these. So nothing really new, right? Except obviously this recipe there is the first time we're doing it, but the complexity definitely comes from the fact that you need so many, I mean, you basically need every single resource in the game in one place, which is why I'm doing it over here where we have our mega bus. Otherwise, you know, creating sort of, let's say, one factory just for this is gonna be hard. This is definitely gonna be a lot more logistic. It could be a great, you know, challenge for next series, for version 1 series. Maybe we do this. I mean, tell me in the comments below what you want to see in my version 1 series, because we will definitely start a new one. Maybe it is that each resource needs to be, you know, one factory every time, but that's gonna get complex, I guarantee you. So yeah, we have, you know, automated now, as you saw, the first 3. So then we only have to do the last one, the nuclear pasta, but that's definitely going to be a tough one. I mean, let me show you. Whereas a particular accelerator, we have the nuclear pasta over here. It's only 0.5 per minute, so I think we'll try to make 2 of them, right, to align to the one next door. It requires some pressure conversion cubes and some copper powder, and quite a lot, right, 100 for each. So this is definitely going to be a challenge, but an interesting challenge. We did make some of those particular accelerator already over there, right? You can see it far over there. This is our nuclear reprocessing plant. But now, you know, we have just the place here to make a couple more and do a 4th resource. And then, you know, it's not finished, obviously, because then we need to send those 4 resources up, you know, in the space here, into a new train station, then build a new train station from here all the way to our base where we have the elevator, right? That's pretty far. We're gonna need to build a new railway over here. We don't have a railway over there, right? Remember, we only have a railway that goes like this, and then we had a small one here, small one there, but not one that goes all the way. And yeah, then we can deliver all of those resources and complete phase 4 of the elevator. Hope you're excited. Hopefully by next week, you know, we can do this. Smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.